What is up, everyone? My name is Nicholas Thorpe, and welcome to this training. Okay, in this training, I'm going to be breaking down with you in 8 simple steps how to scale your copywriting business and land high ticket clients as well. All right, so if you're a seasoned copywriter right now who has already worked with clients in the past, like you have the credibility and you also have testimonials, or you're a seasoned copywriter right now who is currently working with paying clients right now, this training is specifically designed for you. Okay, so by the end of this training, I'm going to be breaking down the foundations of how to scale your copywriting business and get to that next level. And I'm also going to be breaking down with you the foundations of how to land high ticket clients as well. All right, so let's get into it. So, step number one, what result do you provide for the marketplace? Okay, so as a online freelance copywriter, you need to constantly keep asking yourself, what problem do I solve in the marketplace? Because here's the thing, no matter who your ideal prospects are, whether it's health and wellness business owners, holistic business owners, e-commerce business owners, fitness business owners, heck, even if you're not even sure who your ideal prospects are and it's just regular business owners, these business owners are paying for one thing and one thing only, and that is a result. So for you as a copywriter, we need to get clear on what results are you providing for the marketplace, because that's ultimately the biggest thing that they care about. That's the reason why they're investing to your services, because they want somebody to solve their problem and give them a result. All right. So for example, here was a result that I provided for my marketplace when I was a copywriter at the time. My result was this. I help online coaches, which was my ideal clients at the time, increase their sales, which was the result I provided through copywriting. Okay, so my deal clients at the time were online coaches, and I was marketing that I was going to help them to increase their sales through copy. Because here's the thing, people aren't paying you based on how much experience you have as a copywriter. They don't care if you have a 2 year, 3 year, 4, 10+ years of copyright experience. For sure, those things help because I can make sure as well you have the skill set to help them out. But at the end of the day, though, the biggest thing that your ideal prospects are thinking about is, can you give me a result? Because that's the only thing that they are ultimately paying for. They're paying for results. So my next question to you is, what result do you provide for your ideal prospects? Do you help business owners to increase their sales? Do you help them to build more traffic? Do you help them to build more brand awareness? Do you help them to 2x their sales? What is the result that you provide to your marketplace? Because like I mentioned before, that is the number one thing that they're investing to your services for. They're not investing to your services for how much, experience you have, all your testimonials, all your credibility, all your skill sets as well. Like for sure, those things can help. But the number one thing that a business owner, when they're connecting with you, is this. If I invest into your services, what result we provide for me? That is the number one thing that they care about. So we need to get clear on what result to provide for the marketplace. This way you can market that and showcase to people the result that you can provide for them as well. All right. So next, step number two. So now that we've gotten clear on the result that you provide for the marketplace, step number two is this. We now want to build a free Facebook group community. Okay, so the objective is create a community of business owners or your ideal clients and give value to that group. Okay, by creating a free Facebook group, it allows you to, number one, give value to your ideal prospects, which leads to trust and paying clients. Because here's the thing, in the online space, right? Because again, you're an online copywriter. If there is no trust between you and your prospect, there will never be a sale. So what the free Facebook group does is it allows people, once they now join your free Facebook group, you can now start creating content inside the group, which I'll be talking about shortly. And it allows them to start building trust with you and ultimately allow you to become a figure of authority as a copywriter, since you're educating people on your knowledge on copywriting, which is exactly what your content should be about. And again, I'll be talking about this as I continue in the training, but that is the biggest focus. Because here's the thing. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is we want to build a free Facebook group, a free Facebook group community where you're inviting your ideal prospects inside this group, and you're ultimately, funneling these people inside your group to get them to now notice who you are. And we now want to start building an audience of people that are now aware of you. You see, I've talked to hundreds of copywriters by now, and one of the biggest things I see a lot of copywriters doing, which is good, they're creating really good content, they're giving a lot of value, but they don't have an audience of people that are following them. They don't have a list of people that are noticing who they are. And in today's, you know, world where attention is really the new currency, if you don't have an audience of people that are providing you their attention, it's going to be difficult for you to really get to that next level. So what the Facebook group does is it allows you to build a community to have all your ideal prospects in there, where you can give a ton of value, give tips, educate people on your knowledge on copywriting, whether that's helping people to improve their, their emails, helping people to improve their, blogs, giving value on how to write a really good headline. I can go down the list, but we now want to start educating people on your knowledge on copywriting, because that's ultimately what you're selling. You're selling your copywriting services. So we want to give value on copy inside this group. So people are now viewing you as an authoritative figure. They're seeing your content, they're building trust with you, and they're now viewing you as someone that can give them a result inside their business as well. Okay. And lastly, for the last bullet as well, like I mentioned before, it allows you to also grow an audience of people that are following your services, so they can notice who you are, see really your value, and making sure as well they view you as someone that can help them to get them to the result they're trying to achieve through their copy as well. Okay, so you want to create the name of the group. Okay, so essentially, how we get clear on the name of the group is you want to get clear on result that your Facebook group is trying to achieve. So that's ultimately the name of the group, the result that your Facebook group is trying to achieve. So, for example, my client Rob here, I want to just use Rob as an example here. Rob's Facebook group is called Profitable Copywriting for Business Owners. Okay, so the results that Rob is basically expressing is that when a business owner joins this group, he's going to show them how to create profitable copywriting, copy that's going to generate profits for their business, right? And it's specifically for business owners as well. Okay, and what Rob is doing is he also has a banner photo that allows people to see, to allow that there's a cover photo of a picture of him right here, the name of his group, his marketing message, which is this right here, his marketing message, and as well as says join the free Facebook group. So it has profitable copywriting for business owners, helping business increase their sales through copywriting, and lastly, join the free community as well. Okay, because here's the thing. When people are joining your group, they're looking to see the attractive character inside the group, because that's what the cover photo is basically showing. It's showing the attractive character inside the group. It's showing the authoritative figure inside the group. And when people are now joining the group, they're now going to start noticing who you are. So, for example, when people are joining Rob's group, since Rob has a banner photo, it's allowing people to see the attractive character. This way, when they join the group, they're going to now start getting educated on ways that, for example, Rob's ideal clients for business owners are now going to become more educated on Rob's knowledge on how to write really good copy as well. Okay, awesome. So again, we want to have the name of the group, which is the results your Facebook group is trying to achieve. And last, you also want to have a cover photo as well. So you create your cover photo. You can use Canva, which is free. You can go on Fiverr. You can pay somebody $15 to do it. But we want to make sure we have these foundations in place. Okay. Now, step number 3, we now want to start promoting your Facebook group as well. Okay. So the first thing is we now want to start joining Facebook groups that have your ideal prospects in them and invite them to join your free Facebook group. Okay, we want to invite 30 people per day to join your Facebook group, because here's the thing. Business is all about getting traffic, aka leads, to now notice who you are. That's ultimately, if I were to keep one of the core foundations in this online business space, is how can we get more leads? How can we get more traffic? How can we get more people to notice who we are? And how we do that is by, number one, creating the group and inviting your ideal prospects from other groups inside your Facebook group as well. So for example, let's say you want to work with, holistic business owners. What you would do is you would join holistic business owner Facebook groups, invite those business owners into those Facebook groups to join your group. Okay, for example, if you want to work with, fitness business owners, what you would do is join fitness business owner Facebook groups and invite those individuals inside your Facebook group. Now, if you aren't even 100% clear on your ideal prospects, that's perfectly fine. What I would recommend is invite regular business owners inside the group. Don't overcomplicate it. Invite regular business owners inside the group. This way we can start building momentum, right? Like for example, for Rob here, when Rob and I first connected, he wasn't clear on his ideal prospects. So we came to the conclusion, we were like, hey, why don't we just invite business owners inside the group? Right. So he named the group Profitable Copywriting for Business Owners. And what he's doing now is he's just inviting regular business owners inside his group to start building momentum so he can start getting more notice and start building that audience. Because that's the key of what we want to do. We want to build an audience of people that are now noticing who you are so they can see who you are, get value from you, and view you as an authoritative figure. Okay. So, like I mentioned before, right? You want to invite 30 people per day to join your free Facebook group. To join your free Facebook group. And then when you start actually monetizing, you're not actually getting clients from your Facebook group, I then recommend running paid ads to then start growing the group. And it's a great way to, again, get and attract more higher quality leads. And on top of it as well, it's allowing you to get more people into your group on autopilot. Okay. So once you're actually monetizing the group, you're now actually getting clients from the group. I then recommend running paid ads where whenever somebody sees an ad, right, on their social media profile, and they're like, hey, the ad that you created, it's interesting, they'll then click on that ad, and now you're getting leads into your Facebook group on autopilot without you having to invite these individuals. So it's just a cold prospect who saw an ad that you created, they click on it, they're like, oh my God, this sounds interesting, and now you're getting leads inside the group as well. All right, but I do recommend doing it organically, doing it for free by inviting people, and then once you're actually making money from the group, I then recommend running ads so you're just growing your audience. So you're getting a list of people now noticing who you are as well. All right. Awesome. Then step number 4, we now want to have qualifying questions. Okay, so whenever someone joins your group, you want to set up qualifying questions. This way you can qualify and disqualify people from joining your group. I talk to, a lot of copywriters, and one of the biggest challenges that I hear a lot of people say is they don't know exactly how to qualify and disqualify people from people who have money and people who don't have money. And that's where the qualifying questions come into play, where when somebody joins your group, you want to set up qualifying questions. You want to keep the group private, but you want to set up qualifying questions where it's allowing you to see, one, how much money a business owner is making and what's their biggest challenge as well. And this is going to be the question framework that we want to ask so you know exactly what types of questions you can ask as you're building your group. Okay, so here's a question framework. So number 1, you want to get clear on, number 1, their email. This way, you can actually start building your email list. Number 2, the second question is you want to ask their current situation. And the third question is you want to ask their biggest challenge with their copy. Okay, so like I mentioned before, the reason why we start asking for their email is that it helps you to ultimately start building your email list. What I always recommend for a lot of people is to build an email list. This way, you'll always have a list of emails you can constantly keep contacting in case social media ever goes down. And that's to me what I found the beauty of an email list, where even if social media is down, you'll always have that email list. An email list is always yours. So I highly recommend building an email list. And the beauty of the Facebook group is that as people are now joining the group, when people are now putting their answers into the membership questions, aka the qualifying questions, you'll always have people putting in their emails, and this is allowing you to again start collecting emails as well. Okay. And next, the current situation. By understanding the current situation, it allows you to see how much the money the prospect is currently making. Right. Again, I've talked to hundreds of copywriters by now, and a challenge that I hear a lot of people see is, they never know whether or not, how much the business owner is making. And the beauty of the Facebook group is that it's allowing you to see how much money the business owner is making. And I'll be breaking down the question to ask, but it's a great way for you to see how much money a business owner is making to make sure they're qualifying to work with you. Okay. And then lastly, you want to ask their biggest challenge as well, which allows you to see the business owner's pain point in their copy. Okay. By understanding the challenge, you get more awareness on what the prospect needs help with in their copy as well. Okay. So here are the questions that you can ask when you build your group. Okay. So question number 1, right? Step 1 required. Welcome to the group. Please tell us the email you use to sign up for my cool private group. This allows us to send you some cool stuff. So the prospect will put their email, and now you're collecting emails for your business. Okay. Step number 2, required. What is the current stage of your business? Are you making 0 to 5K per month? Are you a beginner entrepreneur? 5K to 10K, growing business, 15 to 50, scaling, 100K plus per month, exploding business. All right. Now, The beauty of this question is that, let's say, for example, you only want to work with people that are making 5K all the way up to 100K, plus per month, exploding business. For the people that are beginner entrepreneurs, since you have control in your own Facebook group, you don't have to accept them inside your group. Now, of course, I do recommend, when you're starting out, to keep building the group. But if you want to really be strict in terms of qualifying, you can do that as well, where you only want to qualify people that are growing businesses, even up to scaling businesses as well, even up to exploding businesses too. Okay. Then lastly, the last question is, business owner, what is the biggest challenge you face with your copywriting? Is it not getting conversions? Is it not having a copywriter? And the beauty of this question as well is that, based on people saying that, their biggest challenge right now is I don't have a copywriter, or their biggest challenge right now is getting conversions, you now know the biggest pain point that the business owner is facing. Okay. And on top of that as well, if somebody says, right now, I don't have a copywriter, I'm struggling with that, you can now message that individual, connect with them, and get them onto a call and showcase to them your copywriting services too, which is also a great way as well to be able to make sure you're getting more people to now, so you're able to book more calls, you're now getting more people to now notice your services too. All right, you could potentially land them as a client as well. All right, so that's why we want to ask these 3 questions. So number 1, what is your email? Number 2, current situation. And lastly, biggest pain point too. All right. Now, step number 5, we now want to start offering free value inside the group. So as more people are now starting to join the community, you now want to start educating them and nurture them on your knowledge on copywriting. Okay, so you want to create free valuable content inside your Facebook group. You want to talk about, certain solutions business owners can do to improve their copy. You can do weekly live trainings, which I highly recommend doing. Critiquing your prospects' copy. You can post value posts inside the group, testimonials that you have inside the group, stories, etc. And the objective is to give as much free value to your group as possible. And this is how you become a marketing professional. Alex Hormozy says it best. You want to make your free stuff better than anyone else's paid stuff, and you'll always win. So as people are now joining your free Facebook group, we now want to start giving amazing, free, valuable content that's going to allow people to build trust with you. And now you're building authority as a copywriter inside that group. So you can give tips on how to write really good emails, how to write really good blogs. You can do live trainings inside this group to get more people to now notice you. And now you're educating them on your knowledge on copy. All right. Now, step number 6. Step number 6 is now booking calls in your calendar. So once the business owner now joins the group, we now want to message them inside the DMs. Okay, and here's our 5-step framework for booking calls inside the DMs. So number 1 is, what's their current situation, right? What have they tried before? What are their goals? What is holding them back? And lastly, right after, you now want to offer a free call with them. Okay, and as you grow, you want to then start potentially hiring somebody to do the DMs for you. This will help you to get your time back to focus on writing copy for your clients. So now when people are now joining your Facebook group, we now want to start messaging them, and then again, start making sure as well you're booking calls in your calendar, because at the end of the day, the 2 focuses, the 2 needle moving things inside your online copywriting business is booking calls and closing deals. And that's it. All right. Awesome. So now, once you're now booking calls in your calendar, you're now actually monetizing your Facebook group. As you start growing, as you start booking calls in your calendar, right? So as you start, sorry about that. So as you start booking calls in your calendar, step number 7 is you now want to start building your own wait list. All right. So after you start booking calls in your calendar, you're growing the group and getting high ticket clients from your group. Once you feel capped out, you now want to start building a waitlist of prospect from your Facebook groups. And this, to me, I feel like is the biggest asset of the Facebook group. I talked to thousands of copywriters by now, and one of the biggest challenges that I constantly hear a lot of copywriters say is, once they lose a client, let's say they lose their biggest clients, they're always starting from back from ground zero, and now they're cold emailing, they're cold outreaching, they're going on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, all these social media platforms, and not getting traction. And to me, you want to have an emergency kit in case if you ever lose a client, and the Facebook group does exactly that. Because as you start growing the group, you start giving value inside the group, you'll always have a nurtured list of people that notice who you are. Okay, and this will help you to ultimately replace clients in case if you ever lose one, which is exactly what the Facebook group is all about. Building the wait list, which is exactly the end outcome of the Facebook group as well. All right. So step number 7, you now want to start building a wait list of clients as well. And then lastly, step number 8, you then want to start hiring junior copywriters, which is, to me, the best way to scale is by delegating. Okay. So for example, let's say, you're working with a ton of clients right now and you're like, man, I'm capped out, but I want to make more money. Highly recommend delegating. This way for yourself, you're getting your time back, because by hiring a copywriter who can write the copy for you, this will help you to get your time back. You can focus on a higher level activity to scale your business even more, and just allow you to actually start growing a team. And that to me is really the key to this, where you're at a stage where rather than you working and writing copy for all your clients, rather than feeling so overwhelmed, why don't you get to a stage where you can actually hire a junior copywriter who's a couple chapters below you, get them to write the copy so you can get your time back and focus on bigger things. All right. So again, I hope you enjoyed this training. I hope this was clear. I hope this was, worth your time and gave you a ton of value. And I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you have yourself a blessed day. All right. Bye-bye.